Thank you for tuning in with Dr. Leisha, the preacher. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, this topic is very interesting. It's very interesting. And it's because I realize that it's probably one of the last few puzzle pieces left of my healing journey. You know, um, I lived my entire life around a lot of people. As a small child, you know, I've been in dance and, you know, just the kind of stuff that expose you to a lot of people. Gymnastics, dance, cheerleading, competitive stuff, I went to college all the way up through a PhD. So I've been exposed to a lot of people from all over the world. And from a young child, I never had a problem with white people. I never had a problem with them. I mean, yes, I am fully aware of our history with white people. I'm fully aware that we are different from them. Yeah, we are. Just naturally and culturally and whatever. I've always known all these things, but knowing all these things didn't make me not like them, hate them, or anything like that. But of course, if I were to watch, a TV show about slavery or, watch a movie or something like that, it'll make me go like, oh my God, I'm so glad, it's not that bad anymore. I mean, to me, it's still bad. To me, it is still bad, but it's not as bad as the type of slavery chattel slavery that our ancestors endured. You know, thank the Lord. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't until, I just found out 3 years ago, 2 to 3 years ago, that when my husband walked out on me 5 years ago, that he was leaving me for another woman. He was clearly gone for a couple of years before I even knew that that's what he did. Because when he walked out, he just walked out. And I mean, I'm not going to chase behind nobody. When they gone, they gone. He told me he didn't want me years before, like 10 years earlier. And then he had the courage to just go ahead and go, you know. But he did it. He left when he had his next wife lined up. He secretly pursued a whole new wife. I mean, he had other women, sugar babies, women at work, whatever, birthday twins. I've always had to deal with other women when it come to him. But this is the one that secretly waited in the background for him to leave me all the way so she could marry him. So this particular person happens to be a white woman. And no other woman on this earth has ever done anything like that to me. I mean, yeah, my husbands have cheated on me. And there's always been other women. Okay. I knew about them you know, or they were no direct threat. You know what I mean? So again, I never really had a problem with white people until this woman came, which happened to be a neighbor. So it's possible that she saw me, knew of me, but I didn't know about her. And that just feels so creepy to me. When someone that you've never met to this day, 5 years later, I have never laid eyes on this woman, don't know her. If I walked past her in a grocery store right now, I wouldn't even know. And that's so dangerous, when your husband has secret people out there. It just feels weird, icky, you know? And so I have to forgive someone I don't even know, forgive someone who probably don't even think she did any wrong, who feels she's completely justified and right and probably happy with my ex-husband. She's probably happy. They're happier than she's ever been in her life. But I still have to forgive her, even though she feel like she owes me nothing. She probably don't. Whatever. I mean, we live in a world where it's legal to steal somebody's husband and keep it pushing like nothing ever happened. It's completely legal. You know, it looked like the Republican Party, or maybe I should say Trump, is working on improving family laws, where it's not so easy to just divorce for stupid reasons. And it's not so easy to just, throw away your family, abort children and all this stuff for just, casual, non committed type reasons, So that's a good thing in my mind. Improve these laws, make it harder for men to abandon their wife and children, make it harder, you know, make it harder. I agree, you know. And yes, I understand, people may say, well, what about the women who are abused and this, that, and the other, and boo, 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 boo. Totally different situation. Completely different. That's another topic, another video, not related to what I'm talking about. So I have to get over that part. Like, for example, there's a married couple that I talk to, and I've been talking to this married couple for about a year, just talking to them. Nothing sexual. We don't even go out that much because, again, I'm still working on myself. And they happen to be a white couple. This particular couple, they're white, you know? And like I said, prior to this white woman stealing my husband, I didn't have a problem with white people at all. My kids went to quote unquote a white school district. I've been the Girl Scout leader to white troops, whatever. I've interacted with white people in very successful ways my entire life. Never had a problem. Never. You know, the only problem I've ever had with a white woman was, um, but this could have been any woman. It could have been a black woman. This happened to be a white woman. It could have been any race of a woman that did this. I rented a house out to a white woman once. And when she left it so trashed. I mean, I had to uh, rent a garbage truck. I mean, an actual garbage truck with the kind that pressed the trash down to clear my house out because she left, nasty mattresses and, she just trashed the house and left. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this trifling white woman. But that didn't have nothing to do with all white women. That was just that particular nasty one. You know what I mean? Trashed my house and left, Ugh. But I didn't hold it against the whole white race. And again, I'm trying not to let this woman who stole my husband not leave me with these negative feelings, to the point where, there's this nice white couple that I met a whole year ago. And I'm trying to heal to the point, and I appreciate their patience. You know, I told them, hey, I've gone through a horrible marriage, divorce situation, and I got, a lot of stuff to heal from. And they say they understand. They really do say they understand. And I've had some deep conversations even with her, being a white woman and knowing that a white woman stole my husband and all that. She, we've talked about this and, she comforts me with it. We even joked, and I was like, well, at least my white woman looked better than his. Because, I mean, they're both a little older than me, this white couple. They're a little older than me, just a little bit, a few years. I'm 55, they're more like 60, like a whole 5 years older than me. And so I was like, well, at least my white lady looked better than he is. Because she is cute. I mean, like, she's I'm a thin woman. I weigh about 100 pounds, maybe 105 pounds. And she may be about, maybe like 115, 110, 115. She's a little taller than me, very thin, nice, just a nice shape and tattoos in the right places. I like how she got her little tattoo on her side or whatever. So, we're all just taking our time. There's no hurry. They understand what I've gone through, and it's all good. And I've never had a full blown relationship with a white person before. I've never had a full blown relationship, but my husband and I used to swing with a white. Hold on, what's this? You've got updates for you. Okay. Yeah, my husband and I used to swing, um, with white people. We were swingers with white people. So, you know, again, I've never had a full blown relationship, but I'm not a stranger to white people. And I'm always going on, vacations to like nude resorts. And usually at those nude resorts, it's white people. So, I'm naked around them and I see them naked and, we cool. I don't have a problem with them like that. But I just have to heal from this particular white woman who has kind of tainted how I feel a little bit to a degree about white people in general. So I'm getting past that. And I have a white couple on deck that I'm talking to. And then there's a black couple too that I'm talking to, but I've known them for at least 8 years. I've known them for a while. But I live in Michigan, they live in Alaska. So, you know, talking to them is just talking at this point. I have visited them before in Alaska, and then before they moved to Alaska, they were in Oklahoma, and I have visited this particular black couple out there. And they happen to be very open type of couple. I mean, they date, you know, all races of people, so to speak. I won't say all races because I mean, like, who's exposed to all at once? But they don't have a problem with dating white people or other black people or whatever. They're open, and I'm like that too. But I will admit, when it comes to breeding, when I had kids, it was important to me to have my children by somebody that looked like me. That was just my preference when it come to having babies. As far as the contract that my womb is under, my contract with my womb was to keep the black bloodline going. That's just me personally. Not all black women feel this way. It's a lot of black women that got, mixed babies, and that's cool. I don't got a problem. I don't have a problem with any of that, for real, for real. Until a white woman stole my husband. And to this day, we've never seen each other, never talked, none of that. She just took my husband and left. So rude, so disrespectful, especially when he and I had an open marriage where it was just no good reason under the sun to be sneaking, lying, and being deceptive. It just wasn't, you know. So, and he made it clear he didn't want me no way. So, I mean, what was I gonna do? I didn't stop him from being with all the other women. I didn't stop him. The one woman even lived with us. She was his sugar baby. To this day, she still is. She's still around getting that cash out money. So I never stopped her. She lived in our home. We even put her up, gave her cars, all this kind of stuff. I don't stop no man from having what he wants. I don't want nobody stopping me from what I want. I just happen to try and do things the right way. I try. But with him, the way he was treating me, I said, forget it. I'm gonna open up the marriage because we agreed to stay together until the kids were grown. Even though he didn't want me no more, we still had kids at home. And I was completely dependent on him. I was that stay-at-home wife and mom, um, which I was a fool. That was completely foolish of me to do that. Let him talk me into doing that, putting more kids on us, kind of thing. But again, I'm working on not letting this one white woman create insecurity in me that I hold against all other white people. That's just so stupid and ridiculous. And I'm not going to do that. I'm specifically calling it out. Calling it out on purpose because I want to be healed and whole, and I want to be able to interact with anybody the way I want to, like I did before this white woman came and did what she did in my life. And you may say, well, you're blaming it all on the white woman. Well, my husband was already living that way. He's always been, doing me dirty. Always been doing me dirty. So, and I've always been able to communicate how I felt about how he was doing me. But this is a partner in crime with him. She's, guilty by association. You know, she helped him uh, mess up my financial life, ruined my financial life. He talked me into putting all my eggs into his basket, and then he took off. And so she's a partner in crime with that. So that's why I will continue to talk about her and him on this channel. They did me dirty, period. And I've come a long way. I've come a long way on this channel. I've shared my entire healing journey here with you guys, the whole thing. and and so yeah, I know she don't care about me, don't think about me, don't know me and all that, and that's fine. She just wanted my man. Well, she got him, so. But at the end of the day, I'm still dealing with what they did to me. I'm still dealing with it. And again, I appreciate this one couple just talking, just talking. I've seen them just a few times in the past year because I'm not in any big hurry to be with nobody. So again, I am not committed to nobody. I'm not seriously dating nobody. I am solo on my own, just talking to people. Right now it's one white couple. They're married. They've been married over 20 years. And the other black couple, they've been married. I think they're going on 26, over 20 years. So, these are mature, you know, people, married people that I'm talking to, just talking, talking, nothing else. I can't promise nothing. Because again, I'm still working on me. I don't ever want to get into another relationship again, ever again, especially without healing as much as possible. I already experienced, quote unquote, jumping from one marriage to the other. I've already done that and lived to, I won't say live to regret it, so to speak, but live to know better. I went through so much craziness in that marriage till I learned my lesson. Slow down, take my time, talk to people, no big hurry, none whatsoever. I don't ever want to be legally married no more. I don't want to be solo or monogamous with nobody. I don't want to be monogamous with nobody, legally married to nobody, none of that. I want to respect the fact that people have the right to do what they want or who they want when they want, and they don't need my permission. They ain't going to ask me, none of that. That's what I learned, So I don't need to be legally married to somebody to experience all that. I don't ever want to be legally married to somebody and they running around with who they want, doing what they want anyway. I mean, I may as well stay solo for that. And that's what I'm doing. And in the meantime, I'm I'm talking to couples in my own way, taking my time in my own way. I'm in no big hurry, focusing on me, focusing on my kids, keeping my legs closed, no sex. I'm good. But I do like the fact that while I'm, getting over a white woman stealing my husband in the way she did, you know what I mean? It's just, sometimes it's just the way people do you, the way they do you, you know? Whew. So I have to heal from that and forgive her, even though I don't know her, even though she's not sorry, don't care, proud that she got him and won and got her turn. She's proud and happy. I don't know nothing about her, so I'm just giving her credit. If you're gonna go through that much trouble to get a man, you at least should be happy, right? So, so I'm the one that have to, recover from all the betrayal and lying and deception and, embarrassment and losing family members. I mean, I lost some people in my own bloodline over this divorce. people in my own bloodline, and friends from high school. Friends from high school are gone because of this divorce. She don't realize what all she cost my marriage. You know, I'm not referring to him because he could care less. You know what I mean? And obviously, she is right with him, a partner in crime. So I'm thankful to have, some white friends that are interested in me and being more than just friends, actually, you know. But I'm glad that they're willing to be friends and get to know me, and they're being patient with me, and they have the freedom to talk to whoever it is they want to. That's cool. I don't stop anybody from doing what they want. I've learned my lesson. Not that I've ever tried to stop anybody, but my lesson is I don't need to be over. I don't. I don't understand people that supposed to be married and committed to one another, and as soon as one of them sees somebody else, leave for somebody else, then everybody's like, well, that's just how life is. Wait, which is it? Is it? Are people supposed to be married and to each other, or is it okay for people to just leave each other like that? We need to make up our mind, you know. So, but we live in a world where if you get dumped, people just laugh. It's a mocking thing, and it's your fault, and all this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm just not going to put myself in that position no more. I don't want to be humiliated and mocked anymore like that. I think 32 years is enough. I was legally married for 32 years, and that was enough humiliation and embarrassment and, just being treated like I didn't matter, you know, enough. So, but now, like I said, he left 5 years ago. That was a long time ago. Um, but I'm still recovering. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out, my finances. I'm still trying to figure out, do I sell my house? Do I downsize? What do I do? You know, um, I never got to have a career. I never got to make any money, no real money, you know, just part-time work the whole time, really. And just made enough to make sure I don't have to, you know, go ask a husband to buy me tampons. Worked enough to buy my own tampons, you know what I'm saying? Um, and to get the kids grown. I mean, we raised 4 kids, so I had to make sure the kids were good, get them to their AAU games, and make sure they go to college, the ones that want to go to college, and whatever. Make sure they're set up in their relationships, and you know. So I'm blessed. I am blessed to be pacing myself, and not being overcommitted, not having sex with people, making sure the people that I'm just talking to and getting to know understand where I come from, you know. So I just wanted to make it clear on this channel that even though I may, you know, talk about my ex and his, new wife and everything, I may refer to them and talk to them about them a lot. Um, and that's because I'm healing. I'm still healing. Not a whole lot, but still there. And while I'm doing it, I'm gonna share. Why not? Continue to share with you guys, um, and know that anything's possible. Anything is possible. You know, anything is possible. And I need to also continue to forgive myself for being such a doormat of a person. I have to forgive myself for ever being the kind of person that, let a man just crap all over me and just go to the next women like they didn't do nothing to me. You know what I mean? Time out for that. And I have to take responsibility for being such a foolish, weak woman. You know, somehow, some way, my life positioned me to be this way. And I'm glad to be alive after 5 suicide attempts during that marriage to even talk about any of this. I could be dead right now, but I'm not. I'm still alive and I can share my stories, help other women. who's gone through this stuff, which almost every woman I know, almost every woman I know has gone through this kind of stuff. So, but I guess the difference between me and a lot of other women, I'm willing to talk about it. I mean, from a real honest space, you know? So that could be one of the differences. Of course, there's tons of women out here talking, and that's good. We need to keep doing it. And I'm glad that I share how I heal. You know what I mean? How I heal. I'm so glad that I share that part because some people just want to, talk about what happened to them, but then they may not necessarily share how they are getting over it, how they're getting over it. And for me, again, I never had problems with white people on a personal level because I just didn't. You know what I'm saying? So, and then this created something in me. It created something in me. And then not only that, with him leaving me for a white woman, but our sons that we raised, they have a strong preference. They use the word preference. Well, I just, they have a preference, is how they put it. They have a preference for white women. One of my sons just, he will never date a black woman. you know, I don't understand, but, it's okay. I mean, live your life. I raised you, you were a foster child. We adopted you. We gave you a good life. And if you don't have a desire for black women, there's nothing I can do about that. And so at least the three of them have each other. The husband that has his white wife, and then my two sons who are into white women. They're grown men. I raised them all, grown and gone. At least they have each other for, you know, support in this journey, the white woman journey. They all have each other. And me and my black daughters, we all have each other. I gave birth to them, and we're no longer involved with him and the boys. It's all separated now. I did my job. All he really wanted me for was to raise a child for him, and I did. And he left me after the job was done. So, hey, phew, you know. So, my girls and I were doing fine. I mean, the one that he stole her girlfriend and made my one daughter's girlfriend his sugar baby for life. She's fine. She's working. She's doing her own thing. My other daughter, she's, cut him loose. I mean, he's not like forever blocked on her phone or nothing like that, but they're not like communicating on that level. It's not like she's against him, like he better not ever call me or nothing like that. It's not like that with her, you know. But she and I have reconnected, and he's married to somebody else, and she know what happened. She know that he left me for a white woman, and she, don't like that. So, but she's was raised by him, so it's a little sticky there. So I don't hold anything against nobody. And I even made a video when I was traveling a few months ago on my cruise. I was at the airport and I did a video saying that, I don't mind if my daughters have relationships with anybody on this earth because I don't know when my last breath is going to be. And they may need help from somebody one day. And I don't want them to not be able to get help because of me, you know? Not because of me, because I got attitude with somebody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that to my kids and grandkids. So my girls are free to have a relationship with whoever they want. I'm healed enough where it don't hurt. I'm healed enough where I don't feel threatened. But when he left and was trying to keep them and have me homeless somewhere, I was like, oh no, 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 no. It's one thing to leave me for somebody, but it's a totally different thing to try to steal my family, my bloodline, and kick me out of my own blood, my own family. Oh no, no, sir, you're doing way too much. Forcing me to raise extra kids, trying to steal my bloodline, and leave me for somebody else too. Come on, how much greed is there on, in one person? So, but yeah, so I do have, some white friends that understand what I went through, understand the feelings I'm trying to process. And, I think in due time I will be able to, and I even have an uncle, a couple years ago, I even, maybe a year or two ago, I even have an uncle who he pretty much, into white women his whole life too. He's always, had white wives and stuff. And I had asked him, I said, okay, well, do you have, any friends? Can you introduce me to one of your friends? And so he introduced me to one of his white buddies, one of his white friends, a single guy, never married, no kids or whatever. But the guy was such a creep. I mean, before we could even set up a first date, all he wanted to know was, do you give head? Do you give head? I'm like, excuse me, sir? How old are you? Again? This is a old man. The only thing he could talk about before we even had our first date good was, you know, giving him head. Huh? What? I was like, I'm sorry, uncle. I don't need to meet any more of your friends. I don't need to meet any. I ain't tell my uncle all of that because that's his friend. You know what I mean? But I just kind of backed away, said, he ain't the one for me. I'm like, some things are just a given. Why? I don't know you. How can I promise you something like that? Shouldn't that just be like automatic as we have chemistry together? I don't know. But anyway, that turned me way off. So ugh, you know, and so I ended up just meeting other people on my own, just to talk to, so I feel balanced. I feel good about myself, but I know what I'm working on. I know what I'm working on. And I'm not going to rush. There's no reason to rush relationships. There's no reason to rush to get a full-time job, you know. Um, I have a little bit more time on the alimony, so I will continue to pace myself and prepare my confidence and everything I need to do to be employable again. You know, once you have had suicide attempts and depression, anxiety, all this stuff from, such a stressful marriage, um, it takes time to heal, to be able to go in somebody's workplace and do anything. And so that's what I'm affording myself. And a part of that was to stop dating. Stop dating. Don't get in nobody's bed. Don't let nobody in my bed and all that. Focus on me. Until I'm independent, like financially, 100% independent financially, and don't have to depend on anyone else for money per se. Now, of course, there's employers out there and people who own these companies and you got to work for them. I mean, that's dependent on them. I get that. But, I don't want to have to depend on a husband, a boyfriend, or, nobody else for money like that again. I don't want to give anyone. I was listening to Shay Shay, Club Shay Shay, and he was interviewing Cash Doll. And Cash Doll was like, when you let a man provide for you like that, you give him the power to starve you. And I'm like, I will never give a man the power to starve me out like that again. I end up homeless, sleeping in my car, going through that divorce. He wanted a white woman so bad after using me all those years that he left me homeless basically, trying to strip me of my own mother, my daughters, just try to strip me of my whole life and leave me with nothing just so he could be with this white woman. And I was like, wow, this is really deep. I mean, what could I do but let it happen? What else? I mean, there's nothing to do to stop it. When somebody let you know they don't want you, you let them walk. Now, he took 10 years. to leave. But hey, at least it's done. It's done. But the way it was done, I still need to, get over it a little bit. Just a little bit, not much, you know. And again, like to me, sex is a type of marriage. So halfway through our marriage, when he let me know that he didn't want me no more, I regret this and I should have divorced you a long time ago, kind of stuff. What was I supposed to do with that? I just didn't know where to begin, you know. Eh, I didn't have anyone to really help me get back on my feet. I'll just put it that way. No one's door was open to me. Nobody's door. Everybody was used to, me having a husband that provided. Everybody looked at me as being stable or, you know, until I got broke down out of my own foolishness, depending on a husband, put me in a position where I just got broke down to nothing. And I said, well, before I let him just toss me out in the streets looking like you know, just a broke down hoe, I said, no, 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 we're going to do this different. I'm going to figure out how to flip this image and make it something positive, you know? So that's why I decided to, teach from the Bible and from my own experience and current events, other people's relationships and stuff, that we all are privy to know about through celebrityism or whatever. Just explain how multiple relationships can be good and bad. Speak about my own experiences instead of just being considered some old hoe that husband didn't want her no more. Well, guys, guess what? This is called polyamory. You can actually agree to open up your marriage, have terms, have, standards, rules, whatever. Um, you know, and create a whole different experience. It don't have to be cheating. It don't. On my end, it wasn't. And so that's where I want to pick up at. I want to teach what I experienced. You know what I mean? Because I did it in the open, honest way, you know. So that makes my channel a little unique. Most women are not on YouTube speaking about open marriages. A lot of, most women on YouTube are not on social media, are not talking about, their experiences with swinging with their husbands or, you know, none of that. And a lot of people may say, well, no one should be anyway. Well, so many of us live that way. Why not? The majority of us out here have multiple loves. Why not talk about it? Why not? And I can talk about the pros and cons. What's good about it, what's bad about it. Biblically and even today. All right, guys, so that was it. Just sharing my healing journey, you know. And I'm happy for, all these celebrities out there doing their thing, doing their thing. Especially Serena. Oh, that was so wonderful. Watching her being able to, come back, um, the whole tennis thing. I don't know if she was at Wimbledon or whatever. I don't know where she was at, but they had a problem with her crip walking. And so, hey, she came back with her crip walk. She got her husband and kids and all that. I am not mad, okay? You go, girl. But I'm a dancer anyway. Anything that's performance, dancing, singing, rapping, anything expressive and creative, I'm all in. I'm all in. Everybody do your thing. And like I said, anybody that I reference on here from my personal life or whatever, hey, start a YouTube channel. If you disagree with what I'm saying, start you a channel and let's go at it. That's the way I do things anyway. All right, guys, you all be blessed. Talk to you later. Oh, click like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share my videos. I have over 5,000 videos, like 5,300 videos, y'all. Just watch them, watch them, watch them. Unstoppable. Just keep going. And I no longer have Cash App, but I do have PayPal. And my PayPal is Dr. Leisha the Preacher. I'm not monetized on any social media. So if you want to be a blessing to me, give a love offering, feel free. Thank you so much, and you all have a blessed day.